Hey, what's up, Culture Drop? This is part 4 in our How to Be More Emotionally Intelligent series, and this video is about stop talking only about yourself. All right, so this fits into the bucket of emotional intelligence that is around self-awareness and also relationship building and like just social, being good socially with other people and building network. This is a really common thing. So much about your self-awareness is like that's something that people are not aware of doing, is only talking about themselves and centering themselves in every single conversation. So you hear an input piece of information and then it's like immediately you have to chime in with like your perspective, your thoughts on that, what you know about that, an experience that happened to you. And I know, quick pause on this, I know that something that people do who are like neurodivergent and spicy or very extroverted, like this is something that's a challenge for me to connect with other people. I'm like, oh, that happened to me too, or I've also had this experience, or I've also traveled there. That's okay to do. I'm not saying don't ever do that ever, but it's so important to be aware of, are you taking the conversation and completely grabbing it and like putting it over here and then blah. And this isn't just talking about you. There's also subtlety here. It doesn't just mean sharing your own experiences and what you think and your perspective. It's also sharing knowledge, which men, but also women, everybody has a tendency to do this, to be like, oh, something came up in conversation, let me share everything I know about that and like all these facts and details about something. Sometimes people would love for you to just shut it and not do that all the time. And I think it's really important as we think about building networks and relationships and how we want to impact other people and having them like us, or likability is also tied into like, does this person just suffocate every conversation by like only sharing things and having to know everything and like be really smart or appear to be intelligent around something. I don't think the reason people do this is very consciously, intentionally to like come across as being smart, but I do think underneath that there's a need to even subconsciously impress other people, to have them like us. But if we do this too much, it has the opposite effect. It causes people to not want to be around you because you never shut up about yourself or make everything about you. This is also really helpful for like romantic encounters. If you go on a date with somebody, like don't be nervous about going on a date, just prepare a bunch of questions so that you can ask about the other person. Having other people share about themselves is really important. And I think that just for building friendships, building relationships, like networking in business, or being a leader, or even solving something with a team, making sure that you are creating space for other people's voices, that you're asking intentionally for other people's input and you're listening to it. This is something that I see so common and so often, especially in the business world, of people who are just waiting for their turn to talk and never like intentionally inviting other people's perspectives. That is something for you to be more emotionally intelligent, to be totally aware of this about yourself. How much am I centering myself in conversations, right? Am I talking way, way more than I'm asking questions and learning about other people? Self-awareness is like clutch. It's so important to emotionally intelligent people, and to like just in general, like how emotionally intelligent are you is a lot of times tied into like how self-aware am I? How do I impact other people? Do people like being around me? And being able to read social cues as well. Be specific and leave you with something concrete. The way that you can increase in this is to be more conscious and aware of how much of this conversation is about me and how much am I taking over it. So like after interactions with other people or an event, maybe like reflect on, did I ask a lot of questions? Was I spending a lot of time listening to other people sharing? That is one way that you can do this. Also to have really great questions prepared. So in different situations, networking situations, meetings, right, to be thinking of, here are some questions that I'd want to ask of other people. What do you think about this? What's your perspective? What do you like about this? Obviously it's context dependent on whatever the situation is, but preparing questions and intentionally going into situations like that, prepared to hear other people's perspectives, to ask juicy questions, to get other people to talk, not just yes and no questions, but open-ended questions, is a really great way to sort of be conscious, be aware of this in social situations, whether it's a party or a networking event or a business meeting or interaction with other people, or even with customers and clients, right? Asking them about them is a really, really powerful thing to do to build better relationships. Stop only talking about yourself. Be aware of that. All right, cool. Go be awesome. Thanks for watching. Subscribe to our channel, or you can sign up for the Culture Drop mailing list and get these emails and videos right into your inbox.